there are 6 different types of floors you can place. Metals, or well, I shouldn't say metals, stone. You can change different types of cobblestone, sandstone, granites, tile, whatever. Lots of different types of stones to choose from. And they can all be tiled. Very in-depth, yes. Next up, you got, I believe these are the metals. No, these are outdoor granite, or indoor, whatever. Linoleum, I guess would be the best term. Kitchen flooring and stuff like that. Then wood. Is this map workshop? What do you mean? Steam workshop? No. Different types of woods. I'll explain what these bars do in a sec after I just show the different types. This is the level editor, yes. Accessible from inside the game. Metals? Well, I don't know. Is it metals? Yeah, it's metals. Copper, bronze, metal, like steel plating, you know, whatever. Grass. A few different grass types. And then I guess this would be the other category. It's stuff like ceramic flooring, like couch cushion, some weird ones. You know, there's a floor for every purpose. We'll go to the stones because the stone showcases this best, I think. We'll get a nice just tile. Acquired from The Sims, exactly. Will custom maps be private? There is a ranking system. Yes, it functions the same. Well, kind of. No, you can make them public. Yeah, I guess so. Functionally, yes. Oh, sorry, I might have hit the microphone. They go through the same system as weapons do, but they are obviously in a different pool. So floor tiling and any floor and other things as well, but have these certain setups. So if you want, for example, you know, a rainy floor, you can change the amount of water on the floor, change the amount of shine on the floor, change the amount of moss growing through the tiles. So something like this over here, you know, maybe this is a little bit too clean to be out in the garden. We want it to be a bit mossy, maybe full moss, and, you know, a little bit wet, because there's a fountain nearby. It works the same way, yeah, no, maybe, yeah, it's the same. It's similar. All this immersion, I know, right? If you make a map, how will other people be able to join? There is a server browser, yes. Yeah. There's a server browser to show all the current games, and then you can filter them by different game modes. And you can also, I'll save this quickly, just to explain my reasoning. This will just be called, you know, test 1. It doesn't matter. I can't include the word test. Or a test 1 already exists. My magical map. We don't need. That's fine. Yeah, great, cool, great. Yeah, basically. Google Translate muscle memory. All the maps created by people are playable from here. Currently, there's only one, but you can filter them by different game modes, or all, different rankings, whatever, and you can just play them. If you want someone to join you, you'll have to go into the lobby and, like, make a game, but otherwise you can, as long as they've made it public, you can just play any of them. Alright, we'll go back in this. Aside from being super detailed, obviously this whole thing is made from individual segments. Little walls, little bushes, whatever. If you are lazy or you want to make quick stuff, there are a lot of preset buildings you can just kind of plop down. These are the ones that are typically used in the Battle Royale modes to populate the cities. Little bunkers, big city, big buildings, these big-ass apartment complexes. We're going to ignore those because they are very self-explanatory. Floors, walls, lots of different walls. The floor tilings themselves have the ability to click this. Boop, walls. Very, very helpful. You can choose a type of wall from any of the categories that the floors can be. So if you want a cushiony wall, you know, by all means. Maybe you want some cushiony walls, but it's also mossy out. You can just... Congrats, there's moss now. Obviously, no one will see these dots in-game. And you can test the game, or test your map, kind of just on the fly. Spawn weapons, pick them up, whatever. Make sure everything's functioned properly. If you don't want walls that directly correspond to your... You can, yes. So we'll do that with this, for example. We'll take this, throw it over here. Make a wall. Make the wall about that high. We don't want this wall. Actually, that specific wall can stay. We don't want all the walls. So we will instead lower the walls and make them by hand. We'll put these walls. Those don't match, or those don't fit well. It's too big. That one's actually fine. Again, you can snap everything however you want, but for the purpose of this, I'm not gonna. You can tile them, so we're just boop. We will put this, however, to 90 degrees. Duplicate and rotate and tile again. Put the snapping up to about 50, doesn't matter. Boop, boop. Control C, Control V, and so on. There you go. Boop, boop, boop. Perfect, and we want this to be a little bit less so. There you go, we'll put this one instead. We'll have to finagle with the snapping a little bit for this. It's almost there. We could get it perfect if we wanted, but that, for the purposes of this, should show that it's possible. We'll pick a nice roof. Yeah, we'll pick this roof. It needs to scale down a little bit. Can't just leave it like that? Alright, fine. We'll get rid of the snapping and move it very finely over to make sure they perfectly match. There we go. Look at that. Look at that seam. Beautiful. Your OCD is fixed. I'll make it a little bit bigger so we don't have to worry about being extra precise. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Good, good. Just plop in. Nice, fits, good, great. Making a bunch of tall ass buildings connected with bridges and stuff. Yeah, that'd be very cool. You can get, essentially just, you know, make this. It has no external. You can change the level that you're currently working on. So when you play stuff, it'll kind of, it'll just make itself think that it's the higher floors. It helps a little bit, but for the functionality, you can do it without it easily. Switch key on 3. Aside from those, we'll move on to ladders. Ladders work. They are functionally ladders. You do have to place down spawn positions, yes. I will get there in a sec. We'll put this ladder to be about that high. You know, like right there. Why not? Boom, ladder. Obviously, it is one-sided. You can't climb it from the back. You might be able to like glitch yourself into it, but we suggest not trying to do that. Stairs, ramps. Lots of everything can be very, very easily modified to fit, like, you know, exactly how much you need, or exactly the type of staircase you need. Because, you know, maybe we want this, a massive stairway to heaven that's very hard to climb. I don't actually know if this is even climbable at this point. You know, if you try hard, it's climbable. Bridges, or sorry, not bridges. Where are my bridges? To physics, yeah, it works, I swear. Oh yes. Are these them? No, that's not them. These them? No, they're somewhere else. Oh yes, doors. So say we want this, but we want like, maybe, yeah, it's a vaulted, give you anxiety, I mean, yeah. It's a vaulted, Asian themed building. We'll hide it just enough that the D3 can be shown there. There you go. Beautiful. Perfect. These doors cannot be manually opened in-game. Certain ones can, however. And we'll block it. Actually, we'll make it very festive. Not festive. We'll make it very pleasing. Floorings, get out of here. Yeah, we'll 3 triggers. Should make a bomb site up there? Yeah. Yeah, when you make maps for bomb mode, you directly place the bomb modes. The locations yourself, obviously, so they can be pretty much wherever you want. We'll put it like right in the building. Don't ask how the door is supposed to close with this in the way, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Beautiful. And we'll move on to walls. We need, like, really none of these, but for the purposes of it. Actually, we'll use one of these so I can show off what this can do. All these walls come in a bunch of different variations. So if you want, you know, partially broken ones. But for this purpose, this is a respectable neighborhood. We just want good ones. Oh yeah, I should also mention, all of the features, all the items that can be placed can also be flipped. So for example, if you want this, but you don't want to rotate it and you're too lazy, you can just flip it and it'll do it automatically. But then yeah, so this is all the structural stuff. And then features. So features are, those are the structural, these are functional. Or sorry, decorative. Things that don't really matter. But, you know, they add. It's a lazy building. It's a lovely little building. We'll decorate this inside. We need a little drawer. I will turn back on some good snapping. Not max snapping, but just enough. Put that like right there. I think it's floating. Okay, now it's not good. Put that there. Put a mop, because this is the fancy janitor's place apparently, which means it's also really wet and mossy, because that's, you know, it's logical. How would you manage gear spawn? Oh yeah, so we'll get there in a second. Actually, let me just skim through these quickly. You can put big screens, because the janitor is a tech geek. Big fancy doors. We're not gonna worry about all these. Nice. So this is a bomb site. So this is clearly that might be facing the wrong way. Nope, that's fine. Yeah, this is my home. Welcome. This leads to A. You see a bicycle? Do you see a bicycle? Oh, well, on that one. Can I ride a bicycle? Not typically, no. You can blow up a bicycle. We'll leave those alone. It's bigger than I expected it could be. There you go. You can add some water sway to most air things and water things, I should say. Yes, you do have permission to ride a bicycle IRL. We're not going to stop you from that. Then functional things. So, functional things. That's a spawn point. If I were to spawn normally, not from where the camera's positioned, I will always spawn here. To make a map official, or not official, playable, I should say, you need 16 spawn points. Typically, you'll just do something along the lines of, like, you know, that, and then just tile them across. But, that's fine. Will there be an airplane mode? You know, there could be. We're gonna put one of these as well. So one of the cool things that is available is this, which is a very interesting thing. We'll just have to get the shape of the janitor's room. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. Janitor's room's about 1,000. That's about right. And we'll just make sure it enters only there. Load back. Okay, cool. So now this is what would be called, I guess, the post-processing square. So currently, when you enter, nothing happens. It's set to be pretty much normal. But say, we want this to be around here and this to be a little bit more. You enter it and then your eyes bleed. This is now grainy. Or maximum, and pitch black. We'll put it to about -2, some graininess up. You enter it and now the janitor is living in a haunted house. Post-processing square is neat. It allows for a lot of cool things to be done. We'll put graininess max, this to be like 0.7. Go. There we go. Now we get a bit of a vignette around the area. It might be a little bit too dark. Actually, we need to make this one step spookier. It's hard to see that in the dark. Put a lamp from the ceiling, hovering over these ghosts. We'll turn on strobe. There you go. Now you just approach, and you get spooked real good. Lovely. Some of the other stuff here. A lot of these are fairly straightforward. This is water. Water functions as water is supposed to function. You can change the tint of the water in case you want like a blood sea in our spooky janitor's house. These are teleport points. You can create multiple of them, and if you walk into them, you'll appear somewhere else. So they're good for, whatever. I should mention as well, along with the normal game modes that you expect, such as Team Deathmatch, Bomb Mode, Search and Destroy, etc., you can make your own custom game modes. Now this feature won't be available in the beta, but in the full launch of the game, you'll be able to make your own game modes, such as, a parkour map, racing through checkpoint to checkpoint, stuff like that. The teleport points are typically going to be used in that. But, up to you. When you're making a search and destroy map, you might make secret teleport, like bushes or something. Death zones. Death zones kind of goes without saying. Oop. Oh, yep, there you go. And you just ragdoll into the floor. Yaku Games. Wonderful, thank you. We'll be sure to be streaming often. Gun game? Yeah, gun game. Yeah, I think you could actually make a gun game. There's, guns. Will you be able to make customizable signs? Yes. So one of the key features you can make is 3D text. We'll make it say, oh, oops, I accidentally put something wrong there. We'll just put thanks. Font size, it can be huge. Color, whatever you want. If you don't want the preset colors, there is the color map. We'll just keep it. I like cyan. Cyan's a good color. We'll put it in his little spooky room. Actually, we'll put it on the side. Yeah, there you go. We'll put insert coin, thanks. Insert coin. There we go. This font. It's a zombie spirit. Yeah. It's fine. The font is, yes, the font will be able to be changed. Not in the beta, but in general, yes. The default font is a little bit odd. It's also way too thick. That's fine. Subscribe to continue watching. No. No. This is a, whatever. Great, that's fine. We'll keep that on their side. Back to over here, these ones, the other ones. Showed off that one, showed off that one. Debris. Or I shouldn't say debris. Games YouTube streamer channel. Oh, yes, Yaku. Keys will be distributed in about a week on the 15th. If you're part of the Discord channel, which was linked earlier in the chat, you'll get beta keys a little bit earlier. Now, that won't mean you'll be able to play a little bit earlier. That just means you'll be guaranteed access. You won't have to fight people for keys. This is a decal spawner. tons of decals, happy faces, stains, whatever, destroyed rugs, so on. Tons of things. This is like drain, hole, grime. There's tons of things. Obviously, you can change the size of them. Some of them. This is like a 3D one. Some of them do have stuff that pokes out. But we're gonna ignore that for now. These kind of go straight forward. This is an invisible wall. Everything you see in the editor is only able to be seen in the editor, by the way, or all the things like this. So those, obviously, people won't be able to see, like the green box for the post-processing or the blue box for the invisible wall, purple for kill zone, so on. This is a button. The buttons can be attached to certain other things, such as doors or elevators and whatever, to be activated. We have none that can be shown off right now, but they'll just basically sit there, and if you come in the zone, they'll boop you. They'll just be activated. You can trigger them to traps and certain other things, but again, those are not currently activated. These zones can be used for various different things, usually for spawn zones or point A, point B, stuff like that. Again, we have nothing to show about that currently, but they exist. Outside of that, there are doors. These are the doors that can be used. You can change the size and the style, whether they're able to be used or not, and speed and stuff. Two different types of doors. Well, I have more than two different types of doors. Two different types of that door. There's auto-triggerable doors. That ones you just... Oh, sorry, these aren't the auto-triggerable ones, but double-sided doors. These ones, I believe, are the auto-triggerable ones. Yeah. Sliding doors. These are very useful. Obviously, kind of goes without saying. It is an elevator. It'll take you to a predetermined height, which is exactly the height of the walls. However, you can make the height significantly higher if you wanted. These are the spawn points. You can choose what to spawn from the list of things that can be spawned. So we'll go, the AK-47 ST. Spawn timer is too long currently. We'll put it down to, like, Come on, give me that. Give me that spawn. Ammo boxes. Yeah, all these. I don't know why that's not spawning currently. Give me the Chris. Come on. Do it. Spawn for me, daddy. That's fine. Whatever. I don't think they actually work in the editor. But in the gameplay, those are spawners. Again, similar things. This is for the Battle Royale mode specifically. You place multiple of these down, and they, this is what determines how fast it shrinks, how big the shrinkage is, all of these things. Damage you'll do if you're outside of it, that kind of stuff, down to the dead zones. It's kind of difficult to explain, or kind of difficult to show off in Chinese. Also, we can't test it currently, but you basically can control a lot of the features of your Battle Royale. If you want maybe a shrink zone that doesn't ever shrink, just don't put it in the red one, and you're fine. Lots of cars. Most of these cars cannot be driven, but they are all explodable if you just punch it repeatedly. These are all essentially hazards. Blast doors, things that can be broken specifically. Crates, different durabilities of glass from like normal glass that you can kind of just walk through, typically. Or that might be this one. Maybe I'm just bad. To bulletproof glass that requires guns. Oh, it's just damage required. Yeah, you can change them. Boop, boop. Can you make holes in walls to store parts of it? Not in normal walls, no. In the buildable stuff, yes. Like in the stuff you can build in the game modes. When they break, they do break their collision mesh as Over here, you already saw the light sources, or a couple of light sources in there. The light sources do not apply to gravity, so you can just kind of float them. Nothing really applies to gravity here. Change the colors, change if it's strobing or not. You know, if it's on or off at all. On or off can be toggled to one of the buttons. So you can go into a house and turn on lights or off. This is another toggleable thing. It just kind of is the sun or the moon. We're not going to play with that currently. Ropes, if you want to make suspension bridges of some sort, you can just move these around, pull another one of these. Oop. The ropes are not real, like they're not physical, you can't run up them, but you can make some neat things using Bezier curves. Same thing for these. These are straight ropes. These will not, they're not woven, I guess would be the best way. They're cables, I guess. Yeah, they're cables. We can just get rid of them. Now we can keep that, that's fine. Crouching and standing targets. These are essentially just to gauge, you know, how tall your stuff is without having to run around and go into it every time. They are accurate to the player model. You can't change the height of your player model, so these are all standard. Fire. Everyone likes fire. You can change the intensity and sporadicness of the fire, and if you know, hide it underground a little bit if you wanted. Obviously, people again won't see these panels in game, but they're just there for you. More spawners. These are emitters, cherry blossom emitters specifically. These are all different variations of cherry blossoms, and then smoke. You can change the intensity. This is max intensity. You can have multiple if you wanted. And then your favorites. You can favorite anything that you're creating. So let's say, theoretically, this map is done. This is a quality map. I want people to play this. It's definitely not, but, you know, who knows. There are a few things missing. In general, you need to have 16 spawn points, like I said. You need to go over a minimum requirement of assets. Are there smoke grenades? There are smoke grenades, yes. You need to go over a minimum asset requirement. If you don't use enough things, we essentially just don't want you to spam the system, so you can only have... You can't submit it otherwise. So 16 spawn points, we can get that done. Everyone's going to spawn in Spook House. Six, 12, 16. Should auto-complete. There we go. That one's completed. And the last one up is a tactical map. So it needs a, when you open the map, to, like, when you're in game and try to view where point A and point B is, for example, you need to have a tactical map. So you open up this top-down camera and you can take a screenshot of what people will view when they open your map. We'll just have it like that. That's fine. Wonderful. Great, that's done. We'll save it. Great. And we'll publish it. Wonderful. In the publishing, you need a picture. The picture can be uploaded from your computer, so I'm currently in a file explorer. I will pull up a picture and upload it. Obviously, you can choose pretty much whatever you want, but these need to go through us first. Or I shouldn't say first, but they get reviewed by us periodically, so if you do anything bad, you may get banned. We'll just use, you know... We'll use this. There we go. There's a picture I had on my desktop somewhere. The name of it will be... that's actually, the name already exists. This will be, yeah, whatever. Test one. Boop. Test one. Boop. I can't use test. Right, I forgot test is already taken. Potato. Also a potato. These are basically just the map description people will see when they play it. Wonderful. It is now available to be played. We're not gonna for this, but then your maps will be viewed by people. They can be rated. They can be left comments on. liked and disliked, or liked and favorited. Obviously, I can't like my own, but you know, it works. Yeah, that's. I guess how much time do we have? Still got an okay amount of time, I guess. Anyone have questions or something about other features? While I drink my soda. Yeah, so that makes sense. So if you already published a map, it is currently playable, so by anyone else, so anyone other than me in this case, you can download someone else's map and edit it yourself. It saves their name as the author. So if you were to download my map and edit it, it saves my name as the original author and you as the, you know, the secondary author, I should say. However, people can only do this twice for any map. If you want to edit, if maps more than that, you need to download the original again from the person and get their permission and so on. Otherwise, if it's your map, you can just go back in. And basically just continue right where you were left off. You can edit your own maps theoretically infinite amounts of times, and then just update it. You know, we'll put another large house over in the corner. Upload. Boop. Settings are still, like, we still qualify. Yeah, we can show off the AI mode. The AI mode is still in, like, I shouldn't say development, but it's still being polished. Then you can update it again. This is it basically just pop as a new version, but I'm gonna keep potato. I gotta check potatoes. Actually, I mind. I didn't change anything that's relevant, so it's fine. We've seen how spawning gear is set up. Oh, in the thing? I did show how. I'll show again quickly. Jeff, only one person can work on a map? Yes. I'll put them over here. Spawning gear in the functional section of this. These little panels and these little things. These are essentially ammo spawners, or ammo boxes. You can have them set to whatever you want. Same with these. So these ones, these little panels are preset things. So if you put one down, you know, when you start the game, this is definitely going to spawn an XMR 628. These circular ones will spawn something random. You don't get to choose. These ones are basically infinite ammo packs. Well, not infinite. So right now it'll have one of this, one of this, one of this. You can also, these can functionally work as random spawners. You can tell them to say only spawn from a collection, an M16, an F2000, an AK-47, and maybe like some ammo. Basically whatever you want. And then when you do load in, it'll choose one of those repeatedly until it's out. But these are the three functional things that allow you to spawn stuff. They don't show up in the editor, so if I pop down here, nothing's going to work. But yes. You can work in 2D as well if you want like grid action. But, you know, grid action's whatever. Not great. AI mode, yeah, sure. Hey, you want to join me in AI mode? In the zombies thing?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Unless you already started.
No, I didn't. Yeah, want to do it later?
I think we'll do another day.
Sure. Alright, then for now, then we'll show it off another time. For now, yeah, the two main game modes. So these are the game modes that are going to be accessible in the beta. During the beta, the first-person shooter modes like Team Deathmatch or whatever are not going to be available. They will be available in the launch after, but we are essentially using the beta as a network test. So we want as much players doing the same stuff as possible, and you know, Battle Royales have up to 100 players, so works pretty well. That's not the button I meant to press. This button. That's what I was explaining earlier. The loot boxes give you these things. These things are elixirs. So we're just gonna get rid of these low quality elixirs because no one cares about elixirs. No one cares about those ones. That's the wrong button. Oh, yes. Great. And the green ones. Basically all of them, except blue. Yeah, that's fine. Great. No. I have not found out the server tick rate. That will be a question you'll have to ask the tech team, or I'll have to ask the test team at some point. But these elixir boosts are, let me go back into regular elixir boost mode. How will this game handle a big amount of assets placed on the map? Pretty high. You can place easily over 100, several hundred, before it starts affecting stuff. There is back-end culling and such similar, I guess would be developmental effects, so that you're not actually loading everything at once. And yes, this desert map is the lobby for the Battle Royale mode. There are several towns, several cities in the game, several locations around the map that you'll have access to over the course of the game, basically for different game modes. But at that time, you don't need to go there to queue for them. You can queue from everything from here. They're just more of whichever lobby you want to be in. As well, each city has a different, like, club, I guess would be the case. If you go up here, you'll start dancing. And if you just kind of AFK here, you will slowly gain experience over time. I say slowly, it's very slow. But this is essentially where you'll talk to people and hang out. But as for the elixir boosts themselves give different stats bonuses. Small stuff like, say, like 1% damage resistance towards the, grenades, blasts, poison, extra move speed, small bonuses like that. Everyone gets elixir boosts for free. None of them cost real money, and none of them will. And they can be converted into better ones and better ones over time. There is voice chat and text, yes. And you can equip multiple of them based on your level. At the same time, your level, it doesn't prevent you from joining other people's games, lower levels, but because you do have a more amount of elixir boosts, for the sake of balance, it will prioritize not joining lower level games if you just kind of random queue. But you could still join with your friends if they directly invite you. Though the bonuses are not super significant, so it's not something that will cause, yeah, they're basically perks. It's not something that will cause like a huge balance change, but obviously, if you join someone that has all 5, like, purple's not even the best, all 5 orange quality elixirs, there will be a difference. Is there a voice chat between party members or anyone close enough to hear? Currently it's just party members. It is limited to your team only. We've been discussing adding it for close proximity as well, but we want to try to avoid potential salt or toxicity, so it's not in at the moment. It might be in later. Do we get any new of these? No. Okay. I think that'll be it then for today. Stream seems to be working well. We've dropped a fair bit of frames. That should be fine once we start on the other computer. Yeah, it's actually dropping. It's not dropping a huge amount of frames, but it's okay. And yeah, you have daily quests as well. This is my current quest to reach level 20. I'm level 12. This is a new-ish account, so doesn't take a huge amount of time to level up. But yeah, anyone have questions before we close up? I will be streaming again as well. Not today, but in general, and we'll let people know, so. Player-made lobbies? No. Like, lobbies like this? No. However, you could, like, make your own map. that is essentially just a lobby and have people show up. I'm not doing ASMR. You know, if this game goes well and our people like our streams and keep showing up, we'll invest in one of those binaural microphones, and then we'll do a just for you. We'll do one just for you. It's a beautiful game. Thank you.
Friday stream.
We could. Do we want it?
Yeah. Well, you still have whatever.
True. Yeah. Yeah. We'll probably stream again tomorrow. Show off the AI mode and maybe some of the other things that are there. Because basically all I showed off was this and the level editor, weapon editor. Then ASMR maybe. Yeah. Sadly, we didn't get to see the bamboo gun in the match we did. But you know, it's a good lad. Oh, I forgot to mention as well. Well, I did mention it, but I didn't explain how it works. When you make a weapon, you can ASMR stream confirmed. Yeah, we'll do this gun because we have a replacement now. Once you make a gun, you can put it up for sale for the price you want to sell it for. So we'll sell this skin for, you know, not 10 billion. We'll put it up for like well, yeah, we'll just put it up for like 10,000. That's fine. Whatever. Boom. Grand. It's now available for sale. People can go through the market. I can't view my own guns, so I can't really show you. 10 granddads, exactly. But you'll be able to view them through the through this tab. These are all the levels that have been created. This will be all the weapons that have been created. Obviously, there are none currently, but I can't see my own. But 2 guns have been listed for sale. If people buy these, I get, you know, the amount I listed them for. If people like them, they can, well, not even the ones I put for sale, but people like any of them or my levels, they can give them likes and thumbs up. And your ranking goes up as a creator. So my creator ranking is F right now because no one has been able to like or purchase my items. But once it goes up, you go from F to A and then S, and it unlocks more features for you to use in the creation of stuff. So higher tiered creation people, higher tier creators, I should say, may get access to, say, you know, more guns, or not more guns, but more things to use with guns, more assets in the level editor, stuff like that. So feels bad, only F, but we'll see how it goes. I'm close to E, if I can get some more. Monetization, you mean on the business side? In the mall right now, these prices are all pending. They are not necessarily what's going to be available at the time. But most of the items are available with either silver or gold. Silver, there are 4 currencies in the game. There are gold and silver. There are faction currency, essentially. And then like real money, for lack of, not real money, gold is real money. It's the other currency. you get gold from paid for. Everything else you get somewhere in game for free. Most of the guns can be bought for gold, or the faction money, or the 4th type of money. You can also, by doing the PV modes and various other modes, you can acquire fragments of weapons that you can convert into them, or costumes, or loot boxes if you want elixirs. But primarily gold, primarily cosmetics will be our monetization. It's just cosmetics, yes. None of these have stats. The closest thing you could say to non-cosmetic would be elixirs. You can buy them with money, but I say at the same time you can get them very easily, freely, by converting other elixirs into garbage, basically, as well as you can buy them with silver. So, and weapons, there's not a huge selection of weapons available, so essentially you can buy the default weapon for silver. So for 24,000 silver, that's maybe about five battle royale matches. I'd be able to afford this. 7 days, but you could buy them for bigger durations if you wanted. Yeah, it's gonna be cold. Because why not? But the other ones you can buy with silver. These are statistically the same. A slight 1-point value here or there maybe, but it's primarily for people who are too lazy to make their own skin. Or buy one from someone else. You can get preset ones. But, you know, that's the lazy way. Some of them are pretty cool looking, I guess, but, you know, custom skins are always better. Secondaries. Knives. Grenades. There's your smoke grenades that someone asked about. One of these two, I forget which one. And body armor. So these body armors change the way the body armor looks on you if you pick up armor in Battle Royale. Same with the backpacks. So we'll buy one, in fact. Great. Which one? This one. Wonderful. They have developed deer feet. No, this aren't high heels. These are sneakers. We don't have a katana, no. And along with those, you can also get different parachutes, different gloves, different eyepieces, masks, clothes, so on. Typically, all of them are free. Like, I say free in you can get them without paying money. However, obviously paying money gets you them quicker. But pretty much all of them are accessible through some form of loot box or some form of currency. Along with the along with those three methods of getting stuff, there are also the 5 factions. So the factions are accessible at different levels, up to 15 when you have them all. And by joining them, you can choose which one you want to pledge your allegiance to. You can change it freely, but it's good to focus in one. You unlock specific things. So there are Prime Productions, Aqua Corps, the Lions League, Lotus Sector, and Serpent's Labs. These 5 factions all specialize in a different type of weaponry. So for example, I'm focusing on Aqua Corps right now. Aqua Corps focuses on high ammo capacity weapons. So getting focus in them lets me access, you know, that XMR, the gun that shoots 2 at a time and is definitely a spray weapon. Lets me access special versions of that. Lions League focuses on firepower. Lotus Sector focuses on precision. Serpent's Labs focuses, or sorry, other way around. Lotus Sector focuses on lightweight weaponry, and Serpent's Lab focuses on precision. Prime Productions is balanced. It focuses on just all-around good weapons, which is for scrubs. Every so often you can buy their boxes for silver, and it puts your rank up with them more the more you buy from them. So we'll open that and see what we get. Great. Some elixir boost stamps. That's fine. But yeah, we will also, or not we, they will also, as you get their higher, you'll unlock blueprints that allow you to craft special weapons that you don't need to buy them, obviously, you'll craft them. They're exclusive to the faction, and they are typically better than their mundane counterpart, but they are specialized in what they do. So, for example, the Aqua Corps one, its damage might be lower than the default one, but it has a higher ammo capacity. And those you won't see a lot of those during the beta. You won't have a lot of time to reach the higher tiers, but the crafting aspect and the factions themselves will be more experienced during the full launch. But yeah, I think that will be it for today. Anything else that needs to be showed off? Any other questions before we close up? Yes, there are seasons. What is the season time frame? Every X amount of time. I forget specifically what the season time frame is. There is a seasonal ranking, a weekly ranking, and there's a seasonal and a weekly ranking for every type of mode, basically. And for Battle Royale, there's a solo if you only drop in by yourself, squad, and Survival. Survival's not shown here, but there are 3 modes for it. They each have their own ranking system. You get rewards every Monday. Monday at midnight based on how you did in the previous week, and then at the end of every season based on how you did in the previous season. Game is going to have PV missions and we provide support for your team. You mean like a healer or something? Typically, no. There are serums that you can get. They're basically consumable potions that you get pretty freely in those missions. Some of them work for your team as well, but there is no like specialized medic class or medic weaponry. There is a guild clan system, yes. You won't be able to in the beta, but in the full launch you will be able to create a clan, a guild, and invite people to join you and so on. Yeah. Great. Well, if that's that then, like I said, we'll be having another stream likely tomorrow. I'll keep everyone updated in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord if you're not already in it. Yeah, we'll be going into more of the faction stuff soon. We will want players to kind of learn about the factions and kind of choose their allegiance preemptively during the beta and after the beta ends. Thanks. Hopefully it was not too confusing since it's partially in Chinese, but again, we've been playing for a lot, and once you're in game, if you know how to get there, you know, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to read. But yeah, great. We'll just flip this back over for now, and thanks for everyone showing up. Great. Well, next time we stream, like I said, it'll be on the better computer, and there shouldn't be any drop frames, and maybe a higher FPS. Who knows? We're still getting used to everything here. This is one of the only SubaGames streams that have been done in a long time, so things went better than expected. Hope you guys enjoyed also the cafe jazz music. All right. See ya.